Mame fa na se ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de o se dem yopo.
Are you anxious? You are not anxious. You are not anxious to hear from her. You want to hear something from her. You see their gatherings. Okay, so I give her the platform.
All right, thank you. It's still morning. Yes, it's still morning. Good morning, all of you. Good morning. How are you? Not all of you are fine. The man in the black shirt with the bird is the shirt. You're not fine today. You're fine.
Are we still going?
What's your name? Samuel. Okay. You know who Samuel was in the Bible? Have you read everything about Samuel? You should. You should always know the origin of your name. Yeah. All right. So I won't waste your time. It's just to say hello. And as your dean has mentioned, I'm your member of parliament. And it's really exciting to see so many young women on the campus. That's what, 70% or so of you are women. Isn't it great to have a woman MC? Don't worry, guys. You're not left out. We bring the men along. Don't worry. You always have a chance, isn't it? That's right. Now, I think it's important that you enjoy being here. Because once you get out there, now it's a struggle for survival. But while you're here, make use of the facilities that you have. Not just for your academic work, but broaden your knowledge. Broaden your knowledge. That's how I was mentioning to some of your colleagues. I trained as a medical doctor. I worked for over a decade as a doctor. But I'm now a member of parliament, and my interest is now in security. I did my master's in peace and security. So life can put you on a different path from where you find yourself today. On a path that maybe today you can't possibly imagine it, but in 10 years' time you may find yourself somewhere that even if an angel had come to tell you that in 10 years you'll be doing this, you wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't have believed I was going to be here because this was not part of my plan when I was in medical school. So I guess what I'm trying to say is take advantage of the opportunities to learn. Learn, and not just what's in your books. Learn from each other. You have your e-library. This is amazing. It means you have access to everything. Empower yourself with knowledge. There are free online courses you can do. If you have an interest in something, learn it. If you're here and, for example, your interest is something relating to art, nothing stops you from doing that as well. There's so much you can use in terms of resources to learn and have an extra hobby, or as my kids like to say, a side hustle. Yeah, my children were complaining that I shouldn't spend all my time doing the MP's duties. I should have my side hustle so that I'll have more money. So right now, the way the situation is, if you have an extra source of income, it's important. But you can only do that if you have an interest in broadening your knowledge. All right? So we'll be meeting again in the next few weeks. The reason I'm here today is for those of you who may not know, this is your constituency. This is the Political constituency. I'm your member of parliament. And if you're not sure what your member of parliament is meant to do, go and read up on it so that when we meet up next time, whatever your issues are, your complaints are, it doesn't have to be issues specifically related to the campus. It doesn't have to be issues necessarily related to the constituency. It can be issues about Ghana, it can be issues about the world. And let's see how we put our heads together and come up with solutions that will make sense for you. And then let's also see how we can make use of the network I have to support you to get from where you are to where you want to be. Because I think the incidence of people coming through, finishing, graduating, and going back home is too high. And I think that it's important that as you're leaving, you have hope and that aspiration that you are moving into something meaningful. Whether it's yourself moving into your own business or whether you're getting employed. And what are the things people are looking for? Because you may be doing everything right, but there might be something that people in the job market are looking for that you're not aware of. How do we close that gap so that while you're here, you start preparing yourself so that your CV is good enough. So when they see you and they look at your CV, they say, that's what I'm looking for. This is exactly the person who will help my organization. Or somebody is looking to support young people to start their own businesses. And they look at your CV and they think, these are the things you've done aside from your academic work. How can we help you? Then we know that you've shown that you are determined, you are resilient. So if we support you with funding, you'll be able to succeed. You understand? So it's the little things that you do that make you different. Because if you're all doing the same course, what is it that makes Samuel different from, what's your name? From Augustina. You understand? Apart from the fact that he's male and you're female, obviously. You understand? So it's the little things that you do. And don't be afraid to volunteer for something. When when you volunteer for something, you won't always get your Noko fuel. You will not always get money for volunteering. But sometimes the experience that you will get, you can't put a price on it. And that thing that you have is what might give you that opportunity into a job that you have been dreaming about and never thought you would have. So don't be afraid to volunteer. Be kind to each other. We're all just human beings struggling to survive in a world that is not always kind. So be kind to one another. Build your friendships so that when you get out of here and you're in the job market, you can pick up a phone and call your friend and say, listen, Augustina, I'm having a problem here. Oh, Samuel, is that you? Long time no hear. Huh? What can I do for you? And then you say there's an issue. Then she might tell you, oh, I can't, but I know someone who can help you. Just see how it works. So as you're here, don't think that I'm just on my own, paddling my own canoe. Build friendships with each other because it will serve you well as you get out of here. Okay? So we'll meet in a few weeks. If you have questions that you'd like to ask, if you have challenges, start writing them down. So that when we have a longer time to interact, you can bring up those issues and we see how we can make life better and more hopeful for you as you get into the job market. All right? Okay, so thank you so much for your time and thanks for the warm welcome. Sorry? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so that's it. Oh, of course.
All right, Honorable. So what inspired this tour to GIJ campus?
I think in general, I normally do the tour of the institutions, the educational institutions. But I was actually, a couple of the students actually reached out to me and said they'd like me to come over to GIJ specifically and just to speak to the students, which is why I thought, well, why not? And it's right in the middle of the constituency, actually. And it's right next to Parliament. So in addition to coming to speak to them and introduce myself to those who did not know that I was their member of Parliament, it was also to inform them that the opportunity to actually visit the House of Parliament is there, and they should avail of that, and also avail of the fact that their member of Parliament is actually around the corner, and let's see how we can perhaps create a closer relationship, because they are soon to be joining the working force, and it's just to encourage them and let them know that what it is that their aspirations are definitely on the minds and hearts of ourselves, myself as the member of Parliament, and of course for my party as the NDC.
All right, thank you very much. First of all, let me commend you. You are doing amazingly well. Most of the youth are being influenced because of some actions by the current government, and with that, they don't want to vote. Any advice to those people?
This is a crucial election, and in fact, any general election is an important election that determines our future. And choosing to not vote does not stop the vote from happening. And the fact that you're opting to not vote means that someone else is going to determine your fate. I think it's very important that as young people who have hopes and aspirations for their future, for Ghana, we must all take an interest in how we vote. And we must take an interest in the voting process. The entire election process is part of what consolidates our democracy to create that environment that allows us to exist as a republic. So it's really important. Everyone who's registered to vote has a responsibility to come out and vote. It's very important, especially the young people, because all of this, everything that's happening, is going to determine what their future looks like.
Correct. Let's wrap up. Someone is looking up to you. Someone you motivate. Someone. What are you going to tell someone who looks up to you to do more than you're doing? Because honestly, you're doing amazingly well.
Thank you very much. I think ultimately, if you can be guided by certain basic principles, you will find that you can do a lot more than you thought possible. And to start with, I think it's about tapping into who you are, being clear about who you are. And it's great to have role models and it's great to have mentors, but it's also important to understand that you are not your role model, you are not your mentor. So find the best version of yourself and excel at whatever you do. Don't settle for mediocrity. Wherever you find yourself, do your very best, because somebody's always watching and you never know, that could be a door opener for you. So I think it's important that we take ourselves seriously, but not too seriously, that we take an important interest in one another, friendships with each other, build a network as we are here on the campus, so that as you get into the job market, when you start working, you already have friends that you can call upon if you need help, if you have something to offer, and just being kind to one another.
Thank you very much. This is PENDREAM TV, and my name is Taisis Osidakon. It was a nice meeting you. Thank you very much.
Likewise. Thank you.
It's a short visit today, just to say hello. For those of you who are not aware, you're in my constituency. I'm a member of parliament. Alright? So, I'm not going to ask any questions about whether you know what your member of parliament does. I won't put anyone on the spot. We'll be meeting again in the next couple of weeks. But in the meantime, it's just to let you start thinking about things that you'd like to ask, questions you'd like to have answers to, and just inquiring about things relating to the job market and career options as well. So start putting your questions down, including challenges that you may have on campus as well. Just start putting all of those things together, and let's see how we can make our next encounter more interactive and more useful to yourselves. Just to say that, more women again. Well, I think this is really amazing. Since a member of parliament is a woman, don't worry guys, we are not leaving you behind. You're part of the group. That's right. Good to know. Good to know. So it's really encouraging to see this many young ladies gathered here. I think what we need to do is to be able to connect the dots between where you are now and where you want to be. Those require conversations, and so let's do that when we meet at the next opportunity. Today is just to say hello and to let you know I'm your member of parliament. So issues relating to anything. If I don't have the answer, I'll find someone who does. All right? So I wish you all the very best. Thank you for such a wonderful welcome, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you for all the ladies are in this class. That's amazing. I won't take up too much of your time. I'm actually just doing a quick tour today, and we'll be planning something a little bit later in terms of your careers and all of that. But this is just to pass by and say hello, to let you know. For those of you who don't know, you are in my constituency. I'm your member of parliament. And I think your predecessors were complaining about the fact that at some point you didn't have street lights and so on, and we managed to sort that out. As your member of parliament, these are some of the issues you can bring to my attention. So if you have a list of issues, start compiling your problem list. Alright? Start compiling your problem list. So when we meet later on, we can address some of these issues and see what things we can resolve. Not just about issues on campus, but in terms of your career options and all of that, okay? So I won't take up much of your time, just to say keep working hard, support each other, all right? Build your friendships now, because these friendships will become useful when you get older, and that's how you build your network, all right? Today is not going to be a long chat. It's just a quick hello to introduce myself. Those of you who don't know, I'm your MP. That's who I am. All right. Medical doctor by training, but I veered off into something else. So whatever you're doing today, just keep your mind open. Learn as much as you can, because you might find that at some point in your life you'll end up on a different path, and everything you've learned now may help you as you move on to the next stage of your life. So take it seriously, but make sure you're building good friendships. Friendships matter, okay? All right, look out for each other. God bless you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. How are you? Is it working? Oh, it is. Okay. Yes. Today is just a very short visit just a short visit to say hello to all of you. There are some of you who don't know which constituency you're in. This is the Kote constituency, and I'm a member of parliament. And this is just a brief introduction to say hello. Parliament House is right next door, by the way. Actually, Madam Dean, I don't know whether any of your students are interested in coming to witness the proceedings on the floor, because that's an option. Since you're a member of parliament, it's just around the corner. You can always arrange for the students to come and witness what's happening on the floor. So this is also to just let you know whatever issues or concerns or questions you have. Don't feel shy, start putting the questions together, because we're going to be meeting in a few weeks where we can have a longer interaction and we can have conversations, not just about what's happening on campus, but also in terms of what your aspirations are as young people who are hoping to get into the job market, who are hoping to find your own niche, so to speak, and how to get there. I'm planning to use my network to support you in understanding the steps that you need to go from what you're dreaming to your reality, and that will be dependent on how you're willing to actually participate in some of the interactions that we will have. So today is just to say hello to you and to let you know that your member of parliament is right around the corner. And as usual, we have more women in the room. It's great that your MP is a woman, isn't it? Yes, I think so. We have peculiar problems that only women know about. But don't worry, I mean, the guys are not going to get that out, but the women get a special treatment. Alright, so put your ideas together. Let's see what you guys can come up with. Let's meet in the next few weeks and have a discussion, a proper interaction about your aspirations and how we can make it work for you. So I wish you all the best. Have a wonderful day. God bless you all.
So thank you very much. See you.
I will meet you. Good morning. How are you today? All right. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, this is like the 6th class we've come to, and the women are in the majority, just like the population of Ghana. Isn't it great your MP is a woman? Yeah, I think so too. I'm looking forward to meeting you all in the next few weeks. Don't worry guys, we're not leaving you out, but the women need to know they've got someone. We'll be meeting in the next few weeks to see how we can have interactions on your aspirations as young people and where you'd like to go in terms of your careers and your paths. I trained as a medical doctor, but I'm doing a different job now. And so I think for me, the important thing is that as you're here with all your classes, with all your studies, just bear in mind that life could present you with a completely different opportunity than where you find yourselves today. So learn as much as you can, be open-minded, and build your friendships amongst one another, because these are the things that will help you when you are in the career market, so to speak. And also, just remember that I know things are difficult, but learn to volunteer for some things. Because when it comes to your CV, when people are looking for people they want, they're looking for those who have done that something that is a little bit different from everybody else. Because if you're all doing the same subjects, you're all doing the same classes, and you all come for an interview, I'd like to know what's different about you and why I should take you and not the other 60 people, for example. All right? So don't be completely immersed in your work to the extent that you're not looking at how you can improve your skills in other ways. So please, these are important things that will help you, because our population is huge, which means that competition for places, whether it's in work in the corporate or government sector, or even just access to loans, is so high that you have to have something that makes you a bit different, that makes you special, that makes someone say, I want you to be the one to be the face of this, or I want you to be in my company. So, or I want to support you to embark on your own venture, for example. It's about what you do beyond just reading your notes. What do you do beyond that, all right? And sometimes it can be just something you do even on your campus. So just think about creative ways that make your CV look more interesting. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll bring some resource persons for you to meet and interact with in the next few weeks. So put together whatever questions you have, whatever challenges, and let's see how we can help you to be able to help yourselves. All right, so that's all I came to say today. And just to remind you, my name is Zanetor. Yes. Yes.
Sorry.
That's okay, yes. Everyone pushes my name every now and then. It's an Ever name, which means the darkness must stop. So it's a Ghanaian name in case people think it's something else. So your names are important. So let's see how we move forward when we interact later on. We'll have more time. Please feel free. There's no question that's a bad question. There's nothing you can say that will be an issue. It's all about how we interact with each other, how we respect one another. And I'll urge you all to build good friendships amongst yourselves, because as you get older, you'll find yourself in different sectors from one another. And the ability to pick up a phone and call a friend and say, listen, this is what's happening in my end. Can you support me with this, or can you help me with that? This is the time when you start building those relationships. So build your network. It's very important moving forward. So that's all I have to say for you today. I wish you all the best. Thank you for the lovely welcome, and I'll see you all again soon.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye. Have a member of parliament for this constituency touring, and we are privileged to have her this morning, which is the person of Dr. Zanetor and Rawlings. Let's welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you all today? You're fine. Well, I'm fine too. Thank you. Today is just a short visit, just to introduce myself to those of you who don't know. I'm your member of parliament, and to let you know that we're planning something for you in the next couple of weeks. I won't give you the details yet, but I think it'll be of great benefit to you as far as your career and moving forward in life is concerned. So I won't take up more of your time. Just to say it's good to meet you. Looking forward to having more interactions with you when we have this special program that we're going to have. And once again, I see more women. This is exciting. This is really exciting. Well, it's good your member of parliament is a woman, because she can identify with some of your issues and see how we address them. So balance out the field, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'm for guys as well, don't you? I have a brother, so I'm gender sensitive. But you see, the women also need a good chance, isn't it? That's right. I hope you're supportive of the ladies in the class. Very supportive. What's your name? Espoir. French, what does it mean? Oh, just there. All right. Okay, yeah, I did French and GIJ. All right, so I wish you a very good day. I'm looking forward to seeing you all soon. And the men who are for the women empowerment, carry on. There's more hope there. All right, so have a lovely day. See you all soon. All right. Okay, thank you.
Oh, baby, God have mercy. I don't hear you. Oh, baby. If you give me thousands of Ghana cards and $1, I will choose the dollar. Hey, Mumu, campaign that so slow. It is smoky. Oh, baby, Oni kwa kutia, mu baby, Odoye, mu baby, Oni kwa kutia no, mu baby, Odo, working right here, dear. Kanu cry, Otrofo, Odo, you want me to do more? Kwakra man fer so besu huni, Yes, we are dear bro, better so. Shame on you. I buy the board, touchy. Yeah, the baby bought band baby. Sana will be Miami. You can lie your way to power. You can do all propaganda. Dollar rate will expose you. The dollar has broken jail. You are pathological liar. You lie for living. Lies are your hobby. Google and Wikipedia recognize you as a liar. Your talent is to lie. You promised me heaven and earth. You promised me the whole universe. None of them has been fulfilled. You said if I give you power, I will live like in heaven. Look at the way I'm suffering. Who call him? What do you trouble on mine? What trouble my own? Oh, mambo 40 so. Odo. Working track, dear. Odo. Working track, Cano cry. Otrofo. Odo. You want me to say more? I have something to tell you. Sit down and cast your mind back. You see how you destroy yourself. People see you as a joker. They see you as comedian. People see you like Mr. Ibu. They see you like Lewin. So Dr. Lies, change your ways. As someone me can watch you now. The Dr. Lies, change your ways. So your judgment day is coming. What ya na? What ya futu amede mauno? What ya na? Sisa wakwa nebe buawo. What ya na? Enya umusa uyo nyansafuo. Kwa kutia no bro na wampa wasam. Ode oye na juma keke mido. Makasa yue o aswantie mi.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Ah nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.